To see you this morning and hear from you. I know you've been in Ekiti for a while, trying to prepare for these elections. So give us an update on the process. We do know that the elections started about 30 minutes ago. And we're hearing large numbers of people turning out for this election. How is that compared to previous elections?
Okay, good morning, and let me start by saying, compared to yesterday, it's a sunny morning here in Ekiti State, the morning of the Saturday of the governorship election. And I'm here at polling unit 003 in Okelele, Ikogosi, in Ekiti West local government area of Ekiti State. And if I say Ikogosi, definitely you're familiar with Ikogosi. You're familiar with Ikogosi, one of Nigeria's foremost tourism attractions and destinations in this country. And when I mean tourism attraction, you talk about the cold and warm water spring. And aside the tourist attraction, the people here, residents of Ikogosi, are joining millions of Ekiti voters to vote and elect the next governor that will lead the state for the next 4 years. And here at Okelele Ward, polling unit 003, voting started at about 8:33 a.m. 8:33 a.m. and it's been smooth here. If you could see behind me, you could see the large number of voters here. We have about 668 registered voters in this polling unit, and we were told that the candidate of the All Progressives Congress is also expected to vote here at this polling unit. And we've seen elderly people, we've seen the youths, we've seen men, women, all queuing up, because we got here around 7:30, and before we got here, they were already here queuing up to cast their vote and exercise their civic responsibility.
Interesting. First of all, Eyitope, I have to admit that the smile on your face is also very, very sunny. It sounds to me like you're actually, happy that a good number of people are turning out to vote. But it's perhaps too early to say that we're comparing numbers now. But from what you see, it's one thing for people to come out en masse to vote. It's another thing entirely to check whether or not even the people themselves feel safe about, coming out to vote, particularly in the light of all these things. For you, what do you think could be the reason for this turnout, or has it always been like this in this particular area?
Okay, we've been taking the feel of the people since yesterday, and they are excited to want to participate in this election. And the security operator had already promised a secured voting for today, and the NSCDC promised that they said they are deploying about 10,000 men for this election, while the police said about 12,000 for this election. And there's a combined security agency that is also covering this election and monitoring the election. So I think the confidence is coming from what the security operators have said, that they will ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order, and they will ensure that everybody who is participating in this election is safe. I came all the way from Ekiti this morning, and as I was coming, I saw security presence at every stop, at every poll. They were there just trying to ensure that there's no breakdown of law and order. Even around me, security operatives are also around. And one thing I said, they also got here very early, so I don't know if it's for this Ekiti West local government where I'm covering, but from Ekiti, I passed through Ilawe and some other communities, and I saw presence of security operatives. So maybe this has boosted the confidence of voters to want to come out and exercise their civic responsibility.
Eyitope, just one more thing. I don't know if you may want to take the feel of people again, but there are 16 local government areas in Ekiti State, there are 177 wards and 2,445 polling units, and this is just one of them, or maybe it's a group of wards that are there, and the huge turnout is undeniable from what we can see. Can you tell whether or not it's the same all across the state, or just on some areas that have this large turnout and others are just sitting at home?
Okay, you know, there's a restriction of movement between 12 a.m. and 6 p.m. today, you know, so when we're coming, we saw some people seated in front of their houses, and we even saw businesses, you know, opened. You know, and when I mean businesses, like the small, medium scale businesses, you know, trying to do their buying and selling. Even some markets were opened, you know. But the thing about it, about what you talked about now is, for now, from what I've heard from my other colleagues, we have large turnout of voters in all these parts, but I'm not sure if it's like that across the 16 local government areas. But from Ekiti, where I'm coming from, through Ilawe, you know, and down to Ikogosi, you know, I've seen a lot of voters turn out to exercise their civic responsibility.
A million or thereabout people are planning to vote. Do you see a chance where not everyone will be able to vote at regulated time? Do you see, from this, you know, turnout and the resources that have been spread all over the place, do you see a chance where everyone is able to vote before regulated time, or a possibility of an extension when the crowd is huge?
Dr. Bumi Omosendemi, the resident electoral commissioner in Ekiti State, yesterday told me that with INEC guidelines, voting is expected to end by 2 p.m. But if we still have people on the queue, it will be extended. You can't disenfranchise people. So when you see people on the queue, you wait till they are done before they end the voting process. So, but since they started early, they might finish early, and but we don't actually know yet, because the crowd is still coming. Here at this premise where I am, we have 668 registered voters, and from what we have here, I don't think it's been exhausted yet. So if we still have people on the queue, definitely there will be an extension.
And Temitope, from what I see behind you, as you said, there's a crowd, a huge crowd, and I want to believe that there should be some kind of order. How is the election process going? How are people going in, queuing up to cast their vote? What kind of order is going on behind you? Because I'm not there, I can't see, but you have a better view than I do.
Okay, actually when I came, I was even surprised that by the time I got here, people were already on the queue, orderly. And we have security agencies here trying to ensure that nobody is shunting and there's nobody trying to disorganize the queue. And the electoral officers also came early, and the beavers machine is working perfectly here. Like I said, the first voter voted about 8:33 a.m. So the crowd, I think the electoral officials, the security agencies are able to manage the crowd here, to ensure that this place is not disorganized.
We'll check in on you later.
Yeah, and we'll definitely check in on you later. But quick one, 10 seconds. What's the average turnaround for each voter?
Come again?
What's the average voter turnaround for each person that goes into the poll?
I don't seem to understand that. Can you take that?
Like average voting time, like what time, how long does it take each voter to cast their vote? The process, okay. Checking the beavers, yeah.
Less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes, yeah, they're done. You get there, you see your name. The beavers machine recognizes your face. You get the ballot paper, go to the booth, you vote, and leave.
Awesome.
Within 2 to 3 minutes, you're done and you're out.
Awesome. So I just gave some mathematicians some assignments. Now you said there are 660 something voters there. So with that number, you can do a quick count.
668.
668. Great. So yeah, you do a bit of calculation. Okay, this is the number. This is the length of time it's likely to take at this particular one.
Right.
I don't know if it's
3 minutes times 668.
Well, we don't know if after now the beavers machine don't
say that. Come on, don't
jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Don't say that. Thank you very much, Eyitope. We'll circle back to you later on.